Hey yogis, today's class is all about mobility. So what's the difference between flexibility and mobility? Well, flexibility is being able to fold, bend, stretch as long as your muscles can lengthen. But mobility, on the other hand, is being able to have a great force through the full range of motion as you're stretching in that most flexible place. So for example, if I'm on my hands and knees and I can flex by lifting this foot as far as I can, this is flexibility. But then being able to pulse and lift higher, that's mobility. It's having a range of motion. So today's class is going to work on all of that. If you are ready with your mat, go ahead and get comfortable in a seated position on the knees, and we'll get started. All right, so we're here kneeling on our knees to start. We're gonna start just by bringing the hands to the shoulders, and we're just gonna start drawing some circles with the elbows forward. So just breathing and taking big circles, feeling the rotation of the shoulders. You might gaze down as we move our chicken wings. Good, and then take some the other way. So draw the elbows back. You might move a little slower and just kind of check in with what your range of motion feels like today. Knowing every day might feel a little different. Good, just stretching through the rotator cuff. And then release the hands down behind the back, clasp the hands together, and just draw shoulder blades towards each other. Start to lift the arms as high as you can, seeing how flexible you are, and then just adding little pulses. So we lift, and then just a little bit of pulsing here. Super important today that you know your body and that you listen to your body, so not going past your edge, not creating more tension in the body, but just working on the subtle dynamic movements. And release, draw the hands clasped at the front and bring the wrists forward. Bring the hands forward. Reach up, inhale, look up. Exhale, round through the spine as you tuck the chin. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round and tuck. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, release the hands down by the sides. Let's come onto all fours. Let's start by just taking the left hand like under the nose, more towards center. Inhale, reach the right arm high, open the wing. Exhale, round and thread the needle. Inhale, lift, open. Exhale, round through the spine as you thread the needle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. And on this next one, we'll come all the way to rest on the right ear, just threading the needle through. And left hand you can place towards the top left corner of the mat, straightening the arm, or it might feel good to just place the hand with the elbow bent, just kind of in front of the nose. Check in that your hips are stacked over knees. And then just keep reaching the fingertips through, trying to get this stretch through the right shoulder. You also feel it a bit in the hips. Soften the neck, make sure it's long. And then come back up through center. Reach the arm high once more. And then place it down. Good, let's switch sides. Left arm opens like a wing. And halfway threading the needle as you come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it through. 3 more times. Good, and on that final one, coming all the way to rest on the left ear. Right arm can come forward or just keeping the elbow bent. Lengthening through the neck and pressing the tailbone back towards the back of the mat. One more full breath in and out. And come through center, all fours. Beautiful. All right, let's take the right heel, press it back behind you. And then just pressing the heel back, lengthening through the spine. Left arm reaches up, so opposite arm and leg. Inhale, lift, and exhale, round, elbow to knee. Inhale, lift, press through the heel. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift, this time lift higher, and then exhale, round. So we're gonna add a second lift. So lengthen, lift up, lower down, and round. Lengthen, lift up, lower down, and round. 2 more. Good. Take both hands and knees back down. Take a big circle with the hips over to the left, down by the heels and over to the right. And do that twice. And then the opposite way, hips right, swinging down and over to the left. And once more. Beautiful. All right, let's switch sides. Left heel extends long behind us. Right arm reaches forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round as you touch elbow to knee. Lengthen, extra lift, and round. Inhale, expansive, lift up, and round. And just notice how this side feels. One side might be tighter than the other in the hips and the pelvis. So you might not have the same range of motion on each side. That's okay. But let's try to bring some balance, practicing the same moves on each side, just to kind of check in with that range of motion. Let's do one more. And hands and knees down. Good. Take a child's pose, knees as wide as the mat, toes touch, release forehead to earth. Find your breath in and out of the nose. Allow the elbows to rest here, just maybe even taking a diamond shape with the pointer finger and the thumbs and taking the elbows as wide as the mat. Rest the forehead. Connecting with your Ujjayi breath, the breath that travels in and out of the nose, matching the sound of the ocean with an audible exhale from the throat, that air coming through the nostrils. Start to set your intention for today's practice. Yes, we're working on mobility, but what is your intention for getting on your mat today? What energy, what emotions, what attitudes did you wake up with? What is it that you want to shift, and what is it that you want to work through today? Good. With your next breath in, we're going to come onto all fours. And then cat-cows is this great example of working with spinal mobility. So inhale, lift the crown, the tail. Exhale, round through the spine. Really press back, like we're really trying to tap the seat towards the heels, almost like a whole child's pose. Come back up as you round. Lower the belly, lift the head. Cow. Round through the spine, press away from the earth, lower the seat as you're rounding, all the way to heels. Come all the way up with that arched back. Drop the belly, lift the head, the tail. Good, let's do that once more. Round through the spine, press it all the way back. As you round, come on up. And then finally drop the belly, lift the crown, the tail. From here, we're coming into our downward facing dog. So curl the toes, fingers spread wide, lift the tail, tuck the chin. And then just start to pedal out the feet, bending and straightening one leg and then the other, maybe gazing under each shoulder. So this class will have a lot more dynamic movements than passive holds like we would do in a normal hatha flow. So just stick around. Challenge yourself, but don't go past your edge today. Find stillness here. Downward facing dog.
And then walk the feet up, but I want you to take one foot in front of the other, like so. Just heel to toe to the top of the mat. That might feel really challenging today. That's okay. When you get to the top, just step the feet as wide as the hips and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Rise to stand, reaching arms overhead. And hands to heart. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, fold. Soft back, soft knees, soft neck. Inhale, half lift. Take the hands to the mat and step back to plank. So rock forward and back a few times here. Look at the eyes of the elbows. The creases of the elbows point to the front of the mat. I'm pressing the heels back. I'm really engaging my core here. I'm as flat as a board. As I glide forward, hug elbows to ribs, lower down, chaturanga. All the way onto the belly. Inhale, cobra, elbows keep hugging to ribs, lift the head, the heart. And exhale to the knees or plank and downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna walk the feet forward the same way we did. So take a step with the right foot, bring the left heel in front of the big toe, walk the right heel forward, and just keep walking in a straight line to the top of the mat. And then take feet as wide as hips and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Take a twist here, left hand to earth, right arm high. As you bend through the left knee, right leg is straight. You can also come up on fingertips or a block here and start to just rotate the right shoulder, taking the thumb forward and back and gaze at the thumb. So my eyes are connected with the thumb. If you get dizzy here, then you might just take a break or just don't gaze at the thumb and just move the shoulder. It is more challenging than it seems. One more big circle and release. Switch sides, left arm twists open. Draw your thumbs forward, big circle with the shoulders. Last one. Chair pose, lower the seat, lift the arms. Knees and toes can be like train tracks separate, or knees and toes touch and heels about 2 inches apart. If you got a big back bend, tuck the pelvis, tuck the floating ribs, and reach up or forward. Rise all the way to stand, cactus arms, flexibility in the back. Exhale, fold. Take the right foot, step it back, high lunge, lift up. Good. Check in the knees stacked right over the front ankle, and then sweep the arms forward. And we're gonna do some hummingbird wings here. So we're gonna open, reach back, thumbs towards each other as you reach forward. Open, reach back, lift up, and forward. So now I'm working on mobility in the shoulders, the hip flexors, even the spine as I'm opening and rounding as I come forward. Like hummingbird wings, doing these figure eights and both hands down to the earth. Side plank, left foot on top of the right, left arm high. Can you pulse that foot? So just gentle movements up and down. Wild thing, left foot steps off the mat, left arm reaches up and back, opening through the hips. Beautiful job, come on to plank. Find your alignment first. Glide forward, chaturanga. This time to up dog, hips lift, arms straight. Downward facing dog. Let's walk the feet forward just like we did, one foot in front of the other, helping to just work with the hips, the joints, and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And find a chair pose. Good, lift all the way up, cactus arms. Exhale, fold. And this time, left foot's gonna step back. High lunge, reach up.
Bring the arms forward, like we're scooping up all the positive energy of our day, and then reach it up and back, and thumbs towards each other. Figure eights with this side. Feel how the shoulders come in, and then they open wide, shoulder blades towards each other. They round forward and open. If you feel like you're on a tightrope, you can just walk that right foot out a little wider. One last one. Hands to the earth, right foot steps back for side plank, right arm high. Maybe little pulses here. And right hand to earth. Find a vinyasa. Child's pose or down dog. 7 breaths. Can you invite some passiveness, just allowing the shoulders, the elbows, Can you invite some passiveness, just allowing the elbows to rest on the mat? Can you soften and slow down the breath? Breathing in and out. One fluid motion. And we'll come on up to downward facing dog. Good, let's take a big step or hop top of the mat and fold. And then rise all the way to stand, stacking 1 vertebrae at a time. Coming up to Tadasana, mountain pose. So we're gonna bend the right knee, take it level with the hip to start. Press the heel forward. You might notice you lowered down. Can you keep lifting energetically? And then little pulses up. It's almost like a bar class that we're integrating here. This is mobility. Now pause and hold at the highest part of your lift. This is flexibility. Now bring it behind you, warrior 3. And maybe you can even pulse here. Press through the big toe on the mat. Standing splits, hands to earth, and keep pulsing as you lift. Working all kinds of muscle groups today. Take a big step back, ground the back foot, and open up warrior 2. Good, bend through that front knee and reach really far forward. Make sure the knee doesn't bend past the front of the ankle. And then reach up and back, 2 straight legs, peaceful warrior. Let's do that again. Bend through the knee, reach really far forward. Flip the front palm, straighten the leg, reach really far back. And just a few more times. Bend the knee, warrior 2. Flip the palm, peaceful warrior 2, straight legs. Awesome job. Trikonasana, triangle pose, right arm high, left arm inside of the leg. Now, if you've closed off the hip, come up a little higher, maybe hand on a block, and keep the whole front body open to the side. Good, bend through the knee, warrior 2, and then both hands to the mat. Left foot could step back to 3-legged dog. If you want to take a 3-legged chaturanga, lower down and bring the foot with you to your upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana, down dog. Take a bend through the knees, big step or hop forward and fold. Come all the way up to stand. Tadasana. Good, let's bend the left knee in line with the hip. Find stabilization here as you press the heel forward and pulse up and down. Breathe. If, of course, anything cramps up, just step out of it. Press the heel behind you, warrior 3. Good, once you find stability, a few pulses
And hands to earth. Standing splits, keep pulsing. Big step back, warrior two. Opening up to the left side. Good. Inch those front toes forward so you have some room to bend the knee a little deeper. Reach forward. Flip the palm, 2 straight legs, peaceful warrior. Bend the knee, reach far forward. Flip the palm, 2 straight legs, reach back. Staying in your breath. Beautiful, both hands to the earth. Oops, excuse me, let's straighten the front leg. And triangle pose, Trikonasana. Good, bend through the front knee, cartwheel the hands down. 3-legged dog with the right leg. Maybe glide forward to plank and lower down. Cobra. And then just coming onto the knees and finding a seat on the mat. Swing the legs forward. And let's find Supta Baddha Konasana. Actually just Baddha Konasana. Supta is when you're laying down. So knees are spread wide. Grab onto the front of the ankles. Lift through the crown, the heart. Let's just take a few nice slow breaths into the belly. Inhale, the belly expands. Exhale, it contracts to spine. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, soften and surrender. 3 more. And this time, take a forward fold. This practice is really great just to work different muscle groups, to warm the muscles, to lengthen the muscles. If our body is stuck in a chair, sitting at a desk all day, think of your muscles. They're just sitting there. They're all contracted. So by stretching, by putting in these dynamic movements, we're really benefiting the muscle groups in our body. We're bringing energy. We're helping the nervous system. There's so many benefits to this practice. So even showing up today, even if it's for a short time, your body's going to thank you, your vitality, your health. Maybe when you get off of this video, you could go for a walk, do something else to just kind of cool down the muscles before you just get back to sitting on the couch or laying in bed watching Netflix. Just continue to bring some health benefits, some vitality into the body. Let's come all the way back up. Press the feet into the mat, bend the knees, and just come to sit in the center, grab behind hamstrings, and round through the spine as you lower onto the back. Hug knees to chest when you arrive. You can just soften the shoulders into the earth. You can rock side to side. And then we'll take a happy baby, grab the edges of the feet, knees towards armpits. And just relax through the neck, the jaw. You might even close the eyes and take some deep breaths. And just find stillness here.
Release the feet back down to the edges of the mat. Knock the knees together, just pausing. It's also really good in these practices where we're doing mobilities to always come back to neutral. So here my spine is in neutral. I'm not extending or flexing through the spine. So it's always good to reset, find balance, show the ligaments where they're meant to be, and then move into the next stretch. So let's take the right knee to chest. Take it over to the left side of your mat. Lift the hips coming onto left side body. Notice my left leg is totally straight and my heel is being pressed towards the front of the mat. Left hand can just gently put a little pressure on the right knee. And if you can't get that right shoulder down, you can always take a towel underneath, a blanket, or you can lift up and just work on this today. Practice each breath. We lift up the shoulders, and as we exhale, we press them back down. If the neck feels a little too tight today, you can just come onto the back of the skull. And 3 more subtle breaths. And back through center. Pause in neutral, just plant the feet, bend the knees, knock them towards each other. And then left knee to chest. Take it over to the right side as you lift up the hips. And open the left arm like a wing. And we'll come back through center. And release the feet long, arms out by the sides. Coming into our final resting pose of Shavasana. Letting the whole body melt into the earth. Allowing the wrinkles around the eyes and the forehead to soften. Letting the jaw fall away from the roof of the mouth. Feeling the ground supporting you beneath. And just allowing the whole body to rest. Shavasana. Begin to deepen the breath. And sighing out anything that's still stuck in the body. Bringing energy in through the fingertips as you wiggle And rotate the wrists. You can start to wiggle the toes and turn the big toes in and then the pinky toes out, just finding some rotation through the hips. And then hugging knees in towards chest. Give yourself a big hug of gratitude for getting on your mat today. And we'll roll over to the right side and just press up to a seat. Thank you so much for joining me for another Flow with Amber practice. The light inside of me honors the same light in each of you. Namaste.